Hello, in this video we're going to have a look at date pickers and how we can work with date pickers, Selenium and Java. The most common thing that you can do in a date picker is pick a date. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick a date, or better said, we're going to enter a date in the date picker. And we're going to check if that date is entered. In 90% or 95% of the cases, you will be able to actually enter a date in your date picker. And in case you enter mumbo jumbo, so nothing, you either get an error or in this case you are shown the current date. So let's get started with the test. We open IntelliJ and we create under recipes a new Java class and we call it dates tests, and this one will extend our basic test. And in here I'm going to enter a test. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to navigate to the page. Then we're going to find the date picker. We're going to see, we're going to have a value to enter. So enter value. And we're going to check if the value is there. Let's give it smaller a. So let's do this. To navigate, we open driver.get and we enter the URL. And now for the date picker. So let's have a look. When we inspect it, we have a couple of options here. So we have this part here, or if we go a little bit deeper, we have an element here which actually will hold our value. And this one has an ID. So let me see if there are more elements with a placeholder as ID. Okay, since there's no element, but our date picker does have a unique ID. Okay, so let's give it a try. Let's try to find it based on this ID here. So we have web element date picker driver find element by ID, and we're entering the ID here. And in order to enter a value, we first need to click it and then we need to enter the value. So let's do that. So we do datepicker.click in order to select it, and then we need actually only to do datepicker send keys. And as I was trying to mention when we wrote the comments, it would be good to store a variable. So let's see, we enter really old date here, and we send these keys here. And afterwards, we're going to actually assert true if the value that we entered, I need to add on more here, get the entered value, and that we're going to store in a separate value entered or value present, and that's going to be datepicker dot get attribute value. And we're basically going to compare this to, these two are alike. And of course, we need to import the method And we also need to add for our test, we actually need to add the test. Okay, let's actually add one here that assert equals, that deals with strings. Sorry, not assert equals, assert true. Assert true. Actually, I want assert equals, I don't want assert true. Oh. Okay, assert equals. That's more like it. See, it's good to use an IDE like IntelliJ. It even tells you what you want to test. So let's run this test and see if our test passes. And it seems our test did actually pass. And let's make a test with another value here. So a non-date. Okay, if that passed, because in order to get the effect that I wanted to get, we need one extra step. So we enter our date and so we enter our date and let's click this one here, this label over there. And how do we get this one? We actually can try to use XPath. I'm going to be a little bit lazy and just use XPath here. Because what I want to do is, after I enter here the value, I want to click this one so that it validates the entered value. Okay, so let's go to IntelliJ and add another web element, date label. XPath, and after I do this, I just need to do here date label dot click. And now let's run the test. And this time it passed. Why did it pass? Well, because it expected this and actually it had the other value. But let's try this with a correctly formatted entry. And now it passed. Perfect. Well, this is all which I wanted to show you about date pickers. And in the next videos, we're going to go a little bit deeper in the sense, no more working with just simple elements, but we're going to do uploads, drag and drop, mouse actions. So watch the next videos. They're going to be fun. See you in the next ones.